When it comes to concealed carrying, I believe that a lot of people don't carry for mostly practical, logistical reasons, not because they have a problem with carrying a gun. I believe most people that aren't carrying a gun right now kind of wish they were carrying a gun, but they don't for several reasons. It's too heavy, it's too awkward, it's too noticeable is a big one. Most of the people that I talk to that like guns that don't carry will tell you because it's just too, like, I don't want to be caught in a situation where it's real noticeable and I have a hard time carrying where it's not noticeable. That's legitimate. Now, I strongly believe there's, goodness gracious, there's thousands and thousands and thousands of holsters out there, and you could try so many different things, and you can find ways to conceal. There's a lot of great ones out there, but there's been a particular holster that I've used since I've been carrying, since the very first time I ever carried a gun out in the world, I used one of these holsters. And I didn't necessarily use it because it was the most practical or the fanciest or the quickest draw. I use this holster because it allowed me to carry almost any handgun I own, deep conceal it in such a way that you're not going to see this gun. A full-size 1911, and I can have no shirt on at all and just small swim trunks and have a full-size 1911 on me, and you will not know. You will not know. That's what is beautiful about this holster, and that's why I've regularly used it, still do. And I think it's important to talk about because I really believe that a lot of people don't carry because of this reason, because they're afraid somebody's going to see it, or it's just too, it weighs heavy on their belt, or it just starts to hurt their stomach after a while, or they whatever the reason is. This holster eliminates that by far, and the holster I'm talking about is the SmartCarry holster. This is a deep conceal holster. Now, again, is it going to be, obviously, if you're carrying on your strong side, that's going to be your quickest response to a firearm. It is. However, SmartCarry holster, let me just kind of describe how it works a little bit, because where it is, I can't really show you. But ultimately what it is it's kind of like a fanny pack that you wear low on your hips and inside your pants. This thing is great. You could put your passport, cash, gun, extra magazines, all sorts of stuff in it. And I've seen a lot of other types of holsters that are similar to this, but they just don't work. I've tried a few. I mean, I jokingly say I have a box of holsters I will never use. I've given away a bunch of them over the years too, just because I will never use them. And this is the only one. When I'm doing this type of concealment, where I'm going somewhere where I am concerned. I'm concerned that somebody's going to notice I have a firearm on me. I believe, again, I could have no shirt, swim trunks on, and easily carry, my tiny little Smith & Wesson bodyguard and a couple extra magazines on me. Easy. That's my normal carry. Literally. And maybe a cop can come and frisk me and still not find it unless they, grab you where they should not be grabbing you. And again, when it comes to quickness of draw, I do want to address that. If you practice, you can get pretty quick with this holster. Sounds strange. A lot of people kind of like every time I've made a few videos about this holster in the past, been several years, but people kind of make fun. Oh, you can be reaching out your pants. No, it actually works out pretty good because what you can do is you take your thumb, grab your belt loop, and it's ready. It's right there. It's just grab it. It's good. But it takes practice. But any drawing technique takes practice. I mean, because I don't open carry. Let that be very clear. So I'm still going to have to use this hand and get some sort of shirt out of the way or knock my coat out of the way, or I'm still going to have to move clothing out of the way to get to my handgun. So I believe with practice, it's really not necessarily going to be a faster draw. And again, it's just going to take practice, but I've been using these holsters for a long time and I have plenty of practice. And I always could be doing more practice, but I feel very, very confident with the SmartCarry holster, otherwise known as the invisible holster. And, you know, there's a good reason why they call it that. So I'm just going to recommend them highly. Fantastic product. Definitely couldn't recommend them more. Just if you're gonna deep conceal, and really the reason I'm making this video is because I believe there's a lot of people they're not carrying, and they could if they had one of these holsters. You know, they're not carrying because, you know, they want to carry, but they're not gonna because they're worried at their gun shows, or they're worried that, you know, it's too heavy and it's taking its toll on their hips, or they're worried that somebody's gonna see it if they go into this certain place. Like, eliminate all that. Just walk in like, hey, frisk me. I don't have no gun on me. Like, come on. Like, and that you'll get like, they're not going to find it. They're not going to find it. It's a fantastic, fantastic holster. So again, highly recommend the SmartCarry holster, the invisible holster, so many different varieties. It's always evolving as well. It just, again, if you're looking for a holster that's going to hold your gun and be invisible, I believe this is about as good as it's going to get. So there you go. Any thoughts or insights you might have on this, definitely put it below. I do want to take a moment, so most people watch this channel, hey, they're not subscribers, click that subscribe button. Greatly increases the algorithm and our ability to get these messages out. That link is below. But the most important part of this channel, we take prayer requests. Don't ever, ever hesitate to send that in. Thank you for watching this episode of God, Family, and Guns. And as always, love God, love your family, and love guns.